Guide tones are the third and seventh note of any chord, usually seventh chord. They're the most important notes of them. Not only define and show the sound of the chord you're playing, but they also guide you from one chord to the next chord in your playing. So, if you're a newbie on jazz piano, I think it's better to use guide tone for playing jazz. It's like using Google Maps when you travel to some countries for the first time. Why guide tones are important in jazz? There are three types of basic seventh chords: major, minor, and dominant sevenths. The chord tones of each of them are as follows: major sevenths, root 3, 5, 7. Minor sevenths, root flat 3, 5, flat 7. And dominant sevenths, root 3, 5, and flat 7. First of all, let's play them on the C key: C major, C minor, and C dominant sevenths. As you can see, the root and fifth note of them are the same: root note C and fifth note G. So just by looking at them, there's no telling where's major, minor, or dominant sevenths. But look at the third and seventh notes. Guide tones are all different. As long as we just play them like this, we can figure out these three seventh chords. Now, we're gonna talk about shell voicing. Voicing is the instrumentation and vertical placing of the musical notes in a chord. Which notes are on the top or in the middle, or which one is bottom note. And shell voicing is the most basic form of voicing when playing jazz piano. It just contains the essential chord notes, which are the root, third, and seventh note. In this lesson, we'll play the root with our left hand and guide tones with our right hand. Okay, then let's get started with the guide tone practice. We're gonna practice them in 3 steps. First, 2-5-1 shell voicing 12 keys practice. Second, real work practice 1, shell voicing. And lastly, real work practice 2, guide tone comping and melody. First of all, we're gonna do 2-5-1 12 keys practice with shell voicing. For example, look at this: D minor 7, G7, and C major 7. We'll play the root in the left hand and the third and seventh in the right hand at first. But if we play only one type of voicing, the gap between the chords widens. So it'll be difficult to play and it makes some non-smooth, rough sounds. That's why we need to use the chord inversion. In G7 chord, play the seventh as a bottom note and the third as a top note. It's called voice leading. That's a way to move notes as close as possible. Based on the vertical placing of the guide tones, there are 2 forms of shell voicing, A and B form. As you can see this before, in the 2-5-1 chord progression, if you just use chord inversion on the dominant 7th chord, it's called A form. In contrast, if you use it on the minor and major 7th chord, it's called B form. So let's play the 2-5-1 12 keys shell voicing in A and B form. Okay, did you guys practice well? Then it's time to take out the real book. This is the Real Book 6th edition, which is a compilation of lead sheets for jazz standards. In this lesson, we're gonna play Afternoon in Paris for shell voicing. First, let's play this song with shell voicing. The lead sheet has simple melodies and chords. Instead of playing them as is, jazz pianists usually apply melody fake on melodies or make improvisations for better solos. We'll play the root in the left hand and the third and seventh in the right hand. So the point is, we should play the root once a measure and play the guide tone as a quarter note. And the guide tones of each chord should be played as close as possible. Look at this, wrong example. Don't play like this. On the F7 and E-flat7 chord, instead of third sevenths, it's better to use voice leading to play notes as close as possible. Simply put, play sevenths as the bottom note and third as the top note. Then let's listen to this again. Finally, we're gonna play with guide tone comping and melodies. All we have to do is just play guide tone comping with left hand every chord and play lead sheet with right hand. Let's listen to my playing first, and I hope you practice the guide tone with this song. Plus, I will recommend the 3 easy jazz standards to practice them: All on Me, Autumn Leaves, and Misty. So if you play them with the guide tones, I'm sure you'll be able to improve your jazz piano skills. Adding to this lesson, I will recommend the daily 1-hour practice routine. First, 251 shell voicing 12 keys practice. Second, Afternoon in Paris shell voicing practice. Third, Afternoon in Paris guide tone comping and melody practice. You need to practice for about 20 minutes for each step. I think you'll be able to play 10 times in 20 minutes. And I hope you guys practice them at least 4 times a week till my next lesson. As always, I made a guidebook for this lesson. You can download this in description. I described today's lesson with sheet music as much detailed as possible, and there's 3 lead sheets that I just recommended. And it's easy enough to follow this lesson and guidebook right away. You need to practice from step 1 to step 3. But if you're struggling in step 3, go back to step 1 and practice more in step 1 and 2. Okay, that's it for today. In the next lesson, we're gonna play 3 easy jazz songs with guide tones. Depending on the vertical placing of the notes, we can make more different types of shell voicing. I'll let you know them too. If you send me some videos of your playing and your questions to my email, I'll give you detailed and easy answers within 4 days. And I want to know your opinions, so let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.